Good morning, good morning, good morning, and good morning, good morning, good morning. What a day. And I know that sounds funny. What a day. Most people are like, Anthony, it's 10 a.m. Well, my day's already been going on for 5 hours. Or 10 a.m. I'm thinking about lunch. I want Rhino to be over 260. And then I'll hold it there for a little bit, right? Like 260, I'm okay with. It was at 2 for quite some time. We got to 220, made sure that we had that as a nice stepping stone. 240, we were there for like what, a month and a half, held that as a stepping stone. And I was like, 260 would make, like, I really like that idea. So, I'm saying that out loud. That's my goal, and that's what I'm going to do. But I really thought I would be able to do it this morning. And what I mean by that is, say, for instance, somebody emailed me 5 times in a row and they had a gripe, and I believed I gave them a good answer. And then they sold. Well, what does that tell me? Now, of course, I bought it back up. It's like at 254, 255. And that was with me putting a couple hundred in the liquidity pool. So actually, I didn't look at the ledger yet, but I actually think today would be another all-time high in liquidity pool. I set up the wireframe for the Rhino bot department. I have not checked back in with them. I suspect when I check in with them this morning, I will get either an answer of affirmation or an answer that it will be done by the end of the day, that I do believe rhinofriend.com will have the bots ready to go. In which case, I do believe with a high likelihood that by the end of today, I would have collaborated with that department to have it live for tomorrow. Rhino Welt, stop me when you've heard this before. I still need to put hours into that. I just do. I want it to be actionable by Monday. I put in 20 minutes yesterday while we were doing our live, which actually our live was really good because as a professional, I say, I represent that if you're a professional, you step into your day in the stock market and take a look at the board. What I mean by that is, what's the Dow, what's the S&P, what's the NASDAQ, what's the Russell, what's the VIX, what's the percentage, what's the points down, points up, what's the base, what stocks are outperforming, what stocks are underperforming. Take a look at the sector, see what their relative performance is to each other, identify what each sector represents in terms of the economy. Is it rates? Is it yield? Is it currency? Is it economic? Is it domestic? Is it international? What's the relative relations? Come up with the conclusion. Take a look at your hypothesis, test it, and if you're comfortable with that, then you're in a good position. Now, I know everything I just said sounded like cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, but I did that yesterday. I do that every day. In fact, yesterday, the hypothesis was we believe that the market's going to continue pulling back based on everything I just shared with you. I looked this morning and it was down 177 points. Does that make me Nostradamus? No. But again, anything in terms of stewarding or leading or inventing or building, you're doing something that has no blueprint, especially inventing, right? Because if there was a blueprint, you wouldn't be inventing. It would already be done. You would be copying. So how do you go ahead and know if you're right or wrong in the next steps you make? Well, you have to have some circuit breakers in place. You have to have some expectations, right? Like if I'm testing a new drug and my hypothesis is that it cures acne, okay, well, I have never tested this drug before. I've never given it to anyone. Maybe I gave it to mice or something, and now I'm ready for a person. I don't go into that test and saying, all right, well, I really have no clue what happens, but good luck. No, you go into that test with, okay, well, if this happens and this happens, this is what we were not expecting. Therefore, we would surmise that the only causes of that are this, this, and this. And if we can't go ahead immediately and solve those things, well, then this was the wrong conclusion. Or if this happens, this is what we're looking for. Or what are we planning? Is it going down our likely path? Do we have a planned tree? If we expect this to happen, but if this doesn't happen, we expect this to happen, but if this doesn't happen, we expect this to happen. If no 3 of those things happen, then it's outside the realm of what we were expecting. Therefore, we no longer have control of the results. Therefore, we're going to stop right there, take a look at the results, see where we were wrong, and then relaunch. The points being, everything that we do, I always have an expectation of what I'm expecting. It's just the way it goes. The email last night was to go ahead and invite into the webinar event for next week, which I'd like to start getting back going. These last 2 weeks have been a little bit different, so I haven't been able to really do those webinars. But what we did find is we had a lot of success with every single day. We got a new person, at least 1 or 2 people. We got the bump ups. We got a whole bunch of really good stuff. So I would like to get that going again. Now that the inventions are in place, now we're executing the next step. Executing and inventing are very different. Executing is labor. Inventing is problem solving. You don't know how long it takes. You don't know what you don't know. Executing is you have an inclination. You have a reasonable amount of data to know what you should be expecting, and then you figure it out along the way by staying on a plan. So conceivably, I could put a calendar together right now and hold myself to milestones day by day by day, which the 40th day, if you held yourself to the previous 39 milestones, would be exactly what you wanted to do. And that's where we are. As of this time yesterday, we were at a new all-time high. Probably in like the next hour will be an all-time high because I'm still going to buy some more, which means unequivocally, unambiguously, completely objectively, this sentence is true. And this is the greatest sentence a steward of a company can ever say to the collection of people that got involved. Every single person that ever invested or got involved with Rhino is profitable. That's a big sentence, and to be the one to be able to say it is meaningful. So no matter what, despite everything, that sentence is 100% true. Everyone that ever even thought about getting into Rhino made the right when they got into it. All right, so love everyone. I'll see Rhino Wealth at 11. I have a call at 10:30. I've given you my itinerary for today. I'm here. Love, 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 love. All right, bye everyone.